All right, everybody, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. I will be your host today, littlerugaard, and joining me today is none other than JuniKoh, the duo. How are you two doing today?
Excuse me?
Hell yes! Hell yes!
Excuse me?
Wait, what?
You said
JuniKoh,
I
the
said,
duo?
JuniKoh.
Excuse me? Do I not exist?
I'm sorry. Welcome to the better half of JuniKoh.
Did our session of
Oh,
private
no,
casting
I've already
together
botched
mean
it.
nothing to you?
Oh, I already botched
Wow.
it. I'm sorry. It's the k that gets me every time. It's the k. I'm never going to live this one
Yeah,
down.
I know.
Okay.
I'm
All
never
right,
going to
well,
live it down. Oh, no.
For anyone just joining us, the two of us, I'm JuniKoh.
I'm
And
dead.
I'm JuniKoh215.
And when our powers combine, we form
JuniKoh.
JuniKoh. We're sisters.
And Ratty Couch Streamers.
And we play a lot of Dead by Daylight. Are we qualified to be casting with the ever fantastic and amazing Rugaard? I don't think so, but we're doing it anyway.
I mean, I'm not here anymore. I'm gone. I have disappeared. My shame is endless. But regardless, back to the show. We've got another great set of lineup for you today. We got Sample Text versus the Purge. We're going to be on Azerov's resting place, and we're actually going to be getting loaded in here pretty soon. It's very timely. Survivor showed up. Apparently, it was a bit of a miscommunication. I've got an alt account for streaming now for Channel of the Fog purposes, so we got that settled.
It's got a really good name, friends.
Have you had any good experiences on ARP? Also known as the IMAP.
Azeroth.
Oh, the IMAP. I like the IMAP for similar reasons that I like Suffo Pit, because I feel like as long as you're doing gens on either end, as long as you get that center gen done first, you got a pretty good shot. Azerov's, though, does not have quite as nice looping in the middle. So, I mean, it's okay. I like it. I don't love it.
Okay.
What about
That's
you?
fair. I mean, from our perspective, it's actually really frustrating. I mean, with coordination, if a killer is not, really playing at that 3 gen, it's not that much of an issue. But yeah, if you're not either, in a solo queue or not coordinated, or the killer knows what's up, it's a struggle bus a little bit, especially if the killer comes prepped, which in these games we always are. And we're going to be loading in here very quickly. Let's get to it, shall we? Honestly, I'm loving that these queues are so quick.
Yeah.
Oh, that is the
Me
wrong
too.
Wrong one. My bad.
Oh.
I was like,
we
oh
have
yes, Adam is our killer today.
Well, I mean, some say he is the entity. So.
Adam's the entity? I thought it was Nia. Well, regardless, they do find the Adam
has
pretty
been
quickly.
found.
They are going to take a hit at the paladin before running into, I imagine, the center. They get the shot, though.
Wow.
Early down coming in for this killer.
Oh. Okay. So we have Zarina coming in. Question is, was that kind of a miscalculation, or is that a distraction tactic?
That's a very
That is
good
a good
question. There's a chance
way.
they might have found the deliverance survivor and they want to get this survivor off the ground. I don't know.
That's sort of what I'm wondering as well. Although deliverance on an Adam, is it too predictable? Some might say yes.
You know, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. Maybe that's why they're playing into it. I don't know. We'll just we'll have to see. But they've already got their first hook. They've still, you know, got a little bit less than a minute of corrupt left, and I don't know about you. These swings are seeming just a teensy bit quick. And I've been hearing a little ding. There might be a certain favorite perk of mine. Just
Oh, yeah?
Just a chance. And you know,
Oh, yeah?
I think you could probably camp this out, honestly. You've got one server that's injured. You've got your entire, like, look at that 4-gen. You've got a
That's
corrupt zone and a 4-gen
nasty.
onto it.
That is a dirty. Oh, and it looks like we do, in fact, have that pesky perk that everyone seems to be running right now, which is Deadlock. So we saw one of those gens at the far end turn white.
And then 3 at
True.
the other.
That's from Oh.
Oh, he almost got
corrupt.
the grab on that. Yeah, that was
Snap.
insane. Oh, not able to quite line
Oh,
that up.
wow.
It looks like he's gonna be going straight for this Adam. Oh, that must have been the very end of borrowed time. That felt like a long borrowed.
It if you don't count it out, it does tend to happen that way. Oh, good dead hard there, but I don't think it's gonna matter. Oh, they're mind gaming it. Playing this tile very, yeah, and there's, like you said, that deadlock right there. They do get a second gen done.
Wow!
Cheeky firecracker.
Very cheeky.
Ooh, just a
Oh.
little bit behind there.
I thought that was gonna clip her, but this arena is running these tiles very, very efficiently. And definitely wasting a little bit too much time for this killer, who's already lost 2 generators.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. Oh, they had the lineup for that too.
Oh, they
Bummer.
had a great opportunity there.
Oof.
Oh.
Serena is really working this tile over really well, and yeah, I honestly thought because of the stacks for Save the Best for Last, they might have actually gotten the grab, and it was just so
no.
close, so close. Oh no, they missed that as well.
Oh my gosh.
I wouldn't have gone for that
This
shot.
Serena,
There's
I
a,
feel like she's a combination of very good and getting very lucky.
it's very possible. Yeah, they don't have that window at the middle of the fun bus. I wouldn't have actually gone for that hit. Instead, they're gonna have to leave and go for someone else. That Serena wasted a lot of time and didn't end up going down. That might be a pivotal moment here. I don't know how they're gonna come back.
And we haven't seen a gen pop yet, which makes me wonder if they're working on multiple.
There it
Oh,
is.
there we go.
That's a
Adam
fair
did
point.
get healed in that time as well.
True, they did get the reset on the Atom there. Oh my goodness, yeah, Deathslinger is just so
Wow.
rough to play.
Wow, wow, wow.
Good dodges from these survivors. Again, just the lack of the quick aim downsides is just really hard to get mind games on survivors. They
Yeah,
they
you
are aware.
have to predict incredibly well now.
Mm-hmm. Very true. And Zarina has healed up, and they found their obsession, and they are going to go after them after all.
Oh.
No,
losing
they're just
those
gonna hit him and
precious
leave.
donks.
If I say I don't know why you would hit and leave, but I guess if you gotta, you know, sit on the 3-gen and work it down, then you gotta do what you gotta do. A little bit of a mistake there. Obviously, we can't control when you get skill checks, but Adam coming in and taking hits. They will gladly take the hit as well. And you can see
Wow.
the survivors in the background resetting the Claudette. They're doing a good job of resetting. You do not want to be injured against this killer.
These survivors are playing well. They
really
have
are.
got to get a generator done on the other half of the map, though, or they are going to be in big, big trouble. If they pop the one generator left down here,
Life. No, that's a good point. They do have to break that 3-gen at some point, and it is a tight 3-gen too, which is impressive. It's a very good 3-gen scenario.
one thing that
Where'd they
I
go?
feel like watching this has taught me is that right now it feels very much like this is in the survivor's favor, but it takes a second for everything to go pear-shaped, and I imagine that that could possibly happen depending on how this next gen pop goes.
True. They are going. Oh, they're just going to take the M1 anyway. They need to get a down and a hook here if they want to come back.
So at this point, Rue, what do you do? Do you pick somebody and commit, or do you keep patrolling your 3-gen? What are you thinking here if you're playing killer?
At this point, probably pulling my hair out because I need to get a. What you need is you need to get a hit on a survivor, get them to run, and then just get a lucky shot, pull them back, and then hook them in the middle of this. You just need to establish pressure again. That's what they're going for here. They're going to go try for the M1 and then use their power to try and reel them back in and get a hook. We see scratch marks there, but yeah, this is just such like that rock is in such an unfortunate spot for this killer. Zoning doing
just
work.
holding W for your life.
Yep, that's all you got to do. Ooh, they do get the shot, however.
Esther.
And that is useful. This will be their second hook. However, they need to hook them quickly because I imagine they've got at least 2 survivors. Oh, and the flashlight point coming in too.
Oh, insult to injury.
Oh, that is brutal there. Yeah.
That was a clean flashlight, though. I thought I had seen some scratch marks over there, but man.
Yeah, they just had a really good setup and position. Yeah, and you can't really commit to that. If you're gonna try and like stick this out and play to the the 3-gen, you've got to come back and that has so much progress on it. Like I thought, there's probably 2 people on this. This thing is gonna dry kick it, but it's gonna take a while. I cannot wait for Call of Brine to come out.
Oh man.
And unfortunately, like as much as I love Save the Best for Last on Deathslinger, I don't see it all too often in comp, and the issue is that I think the survivors read it and they're not playing into it. The survivor that is the most willing to give hits is the Obsession right now, and that's not where you want to be. You're not gonna have stacks by the end of the game, and I think they might have been better off taking something else. That's the biggest thing. If you're not going to really lean into the Save the Best for Last, you don't need to take it. Yeah, look at this. They're just going to be cat and mousing this gen until the end of time.
Yeah.
No, just not able to get that shot. It's so unfortunate. Deathslinger just really struggles without that aim down sights anymore. You do get the hit here, though. I would have actually drug her back. Get the hit here, but yeah, they finished that 3-gen.
Oh man.
Brutal. Yeah, you had two survivors the entire time, just not able to get it. Survivors are doing exactly what they need to do, though. They are taking chases into the center where Deathslinger has no line of sight, and they're just slamming these gens.
Yeah, they're playing around all of this very, very well. And now, unfortunately, you're at the point where he has got to commit to somebody, and the survivors will absolutely be taking advantage of that to get that last gen done.
Yeah, that last gen got deadlocked. I imagine it's 99, and they're just going to touch it. Yeah, as soon as it came back up, they're ready to go for it.
Oh,
And
well played.
Worth noting, there's no haste status effect. The survivors have cleansed all 5 totems.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. So
Wow.
in and amongst looping for days, avoiding being hooked, getting all of these gens ready to go, they also cleansed all 5 totems. That is impressive teamwork and communication.
Yeah, it is.
I will not discount that. However, it's rare, in my opinion, to see the way this game went. The chases were never in their favor. This game really stalls out on this map. Honestly, most of the time you have all the time in the world to find the totems. Like, this map just affords it. It's such a grindy map.
And they do take the 3 out. And
Wow.
I approve of that. You don't want to take the chance. I mean, it's in the basement too. The chances of getting the basement and you don't have that exit gate open. I mean, this is a solid win for the survivors. 2 of these survivors got out fresh. There's only 4 hook states. That is a solid win in the survivors handbook, and GGWP.
That was an excellent
Indeed.
match.
For sure, and yeah. I don't think the survivor ever got chased. I don't think we ever saw the overcome body
No.
knowledge. I think they might have got hit once and then they just disappeared.
Wow.
Wow, well
That
played.
was wild.
That really was. That was very good. That was very well played from the Survivor Squad. I think if it wasn't for a basement hook, I think we might have seen them. I think we might have seen them try for the 4 out, but the exit gate is that the shack is where the hash spawns. The shack was right next to the exit gate, and they didn't have that exit gate ready.
Yep.
You don't want to give the killer a 2K. Just
We're seeing a really good point from someone in chat saying that the Slinger had really good early game, but then when that grab cancel happened, they lost a ton of pressure.
Yeah,
that's true.
Which was super unfortunate. It's one of those things, it's like one little thing can totally turn the tide of a match.
I think again, it was so close, and I get that because they had at the time they had 4 save the best for last stacks when they went for that. If they had a 5th, I don't think they would have got grab canceled because the survivors at that point probably hadn't quite read that there had been save the best for last. 10 to 15% faster. What do you call it? Faster, recovery from a hit. It's not quite as noticeable as when you get to that 25%. And it was really, really dang close. But I think this is NA versus EU, and I guess that just happens sometimes. The crazy thing to me is it didn't look like the Claudette had stopped the animation for going for the unhook. I think they were completely caught off guard. It just, I don't know. It was so close. It was very close. I appreciate the save the best for last, but it seems like after that happened, they didn't lean into it anymore, and I think they needed to lean into it. That was the way you're going to come back, is the survivors get overzealous, try to commit to a gen, and you just start slogging through health states.
Yeah. Well, and that is the thing with Save the Best for Last, is it's not necessarily noticeable right away, but once you see it, you know immediately. Like it becomes so incredibly obvious. And then you just you play around it. You force the obsession into situations where they're going to be taking the hits, and either they have to hit them or and lose their stonks, or they have to purposefully really work around that, which can be a pain in the butt.
No, I hear you.
Yeah, as someone who's been playing more killer recently, I am coming to appreciate that fact. Also, really coming to hate the boons. That's a thing.
Feel the pain. Feel the pain.
Irrationally angry.
It's frustrating. It's I think it's because from a killer perspective, the objective is kill the survivors. That it's like it just adds another objective that we essentially have to deal with, or the survivors just get oodles of value. It's
one of those things I didn't see it quite as much before, but like I see why people say boons can totally screw you as killer and turn the game, because there have been a number of matches recently where I'm like in a really good position, but like they've got a boon up, and even if I've got a 3-gen, I'm getting them once and they're racing to the boon, and I either have to make the decision, okay, do I pursue them? Do I go for the boon? Do I camp my 3-gen some more? Like, you have to wait for them to make a mistake, and sometimes they just don't, and it's like there's no good way to play around it.
Yeah, there really isn't. Exactly that's the most annoying thing, is that here's the thing. I get that they're trying to. They said that they were trying to make perks that are going to alter the meta and the shift the way the game plays, and I get that. They're definitely leaning away from the hit and run play style. It's forcing killers to commit to chase and trying to reward the killer for chases that they win. The problem that seems to not be recognized is that if survivors are really good, they just do not go down for minutes. And if you can't commit to that, and so if you leave them, they go heal, you try another one, they'll do the same thing, and they'll do the same. It's just, anyway. I feel like this could be like a philosophical discussion for hours.
Speaking of philosophical discussions.
Oh no.
That I know we have been very hyped to ask for your opinion on.
Oh no.
Is the new killer, the new PTB, Onryo. How are you feeling about her? What do you think?
I think she needs just a little bit of tune-up. I think she's solid B tier. If you can zone the survivors and chase in a way that allows you to get access to your TVs, the speed boost is not negligible. It's a pretty decent speed boost, but there are 115 kill. Like it's crazy. You have killers like Pyramid Head and Artist, which are obscene chase pressure, like imminent chase pressure, and very little map. And then you have like they're just the opposite. They have all the map pressure in the world, and not a hint of chase pressure. And if their TVs had a shorter, because I think it's like a minute and a half if you teleport. If their TVs had like a smaller cooldown, I think it'd be it might be more usable. I understand the condemnation states being 7 because it's lore. Either those need to progress quicker or happen easier, or they need to cut it down because I feel like the condemnation's ignorable. I love the design of them overall. They're probably one of the most interesting and well thought out designs. I think they just need to tune the numbers a little bit. If they crank up the numbers a tiny bit, I think they're actually like really in a really good spot. After I figured out how they played, where they were like, oh, I'm running towards a TV, I'll teleport there. I just run the opposite direction. It's not too difficult to like win chases against them, I feel like, after you get used to them.
Yeah. I was surprised because before we did the PTB test, I watched as 36,000 other people did. I watched Artstarva playing the PTB, and I was surprised because for the first like hour or so, he got spanked. Yeah. Like he just got wrecked.
Yeah.
And it took him a while. He did eventually manage to kind of figure out a play style for her that worked for him. But I was really nervous to try playing her because I had seen that and I was like, oh God, like Ots is really good. And exactly as predicted, I also got wrecked. And I think that like I agree with you, like her aesthetics, all of the design elements, the fact that her weapon at Prestige is so cool.
Oh yeah,
like, all
the blood,
things,
yeah.
Yeah, the sound design, the Mori, the mini Mori, all of those things are really cool. But like, if you are not a seasoned killer who just has a really solid concept of how to zone and how to chase and all of these things, I think she's going to be very difficult to learn how to play, because she feels a little bit weaker to me. And I think you're right. I think if they were to change the timers on her teleportation for the TVs, that would be so crazy. That would make chases really fun and really engaging. You know. So I'm interested to see how she goes. We do have someone in chat saying that Rue, you look #fantastic.
Oh no.
I feel like that needs to be pointed out.
Goodbye.
#fantastic.
It is fantastic.
Oh man. Anyway,
yeah.
So the only thing that I think that so one thing that I think on Euro, and the other thing too is that we haven't seen enough of this because survivors again have to learn more about how to counterplay against them, is that you can really take away her power with the whole TV thing. It's like, oh, you don't want her to come, spook. Like with Freddy, they have to wait for their teleport to come up so they can teleport to a gen. If there's a TV near a gen, you're like, oh, we don't want them to teleport. I'll just take this videotape. And it's like, oh, but you're getting condemnation. Yeah, like 2 hours from now, if I never check it in.
There's not enough, like, I have a thought, and it's in my head, and it sure is trying to come out of my mouth. Like, there's not enough punishment for choosing to take away her power.
Yeah.
On the survivor side. Although I will say, I got mini Mori'd twice by her in the matches that we played. So
most of the survivors that I knew that got mini Mori'd went out of their way to make sure they had the condemnation.
Yeah, that's what I did. Obviously, Rue. I mean, a survivor of such high caliber like myself, obviously that's what I did. I didn't, That Mori do be brutal, though.
It is a good Mori. I've actually heard some people say that they get sick seeing it. It's like, it's too gruesome. It is.
I don't disagree. I think it's a really good Mori, but holy moly.
It's strong.
Uh-huh.
No, I hear that. Like, when I first saw the Oni Mori, I'm like, all right, yeah, that's brutal. Okay, let's go. And this one is just like, oh, that is That is, it's a mixture of brutal, but also just like really grotesque.
Yeah.
The way I described it is I said it makes me feel itchy.
I can hear that. I can hear that. With that said, we are going to be returning to ARP, but this time we're going to be seeing Purge play the artist. And I think this killer is way better on this map. We'll have to see how Sample Techs handle this. Again, they have a resident artist main to teach them how to play against artists, but I feel like artists can hold a 3-gen.
And who is going to be playing the artist, Rue?
I believe, actually, I didn't get a chance to see who is going to be playing the artist. Who is playing the artist here? Looks like it's going to be Zappies.
Oh.
Yeah, this is Purge, not Sample Text.
Yes, I knew that,
okay.
Obviously. That's why I was testing you.
Curious who was playing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, mostly.
Oh, okay. Okay. I hear you.
They spotted somebody right away.
Yep. Looks like they're checking their boon out. Whatever, or not boon, their hex. Oh, man. Imagine if killers had boons. No, that's called Pentimento.
Yeah.
Which, make Pentimento relightable, dang it.
Pentimento, which I've never seen used in a match.
It's difficult to get used to out of it. Again, it's like we talked about it before. The Hex Pentimento came out a year too late. You have a little bit of knowledge here. You see where the survivors are. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. The hands is the add-on that transfers the crows if a survivor comes in contact, right?
I believe that is correct, but I will double check for you.
Good hit there.
Yeah, I think this is the same discussion we had the last time as well, and I think that is what we decided.
It was decided by us.
But they're going to be taking chase with this. Again, a great hit from across the map. They're barely getting the hit on Izzy, and they have that add-on that just allows this. It's literally, I think, like milliseconds difference. It allows the killer to get that hit because the crows don't dissipate in time. And probably going to get crowed through here. Yeah, they do get crowed through there. And is that alive?
That must be. Because it looks like she did gain some distance.
Oh, now Ace is crowed up as well. I think the artist is going to be able to get a little bit of a 2-for-1 pressure here.
So you were in fact correct. That is the severed hands, which means that any survivor being swarmed by dire crows, when they come in contact with another survivor, they will also be swarmed.
Holy crows!
Nasty little add-on.
It's nice. It probably helped them get the hit on the 2 other survivors at the gen. That almost hit the Ace, I think. I think Ace barely dodged.
This is a strong start from our killer.
Yes, it is.
Similar start, actually. They both had a hook within the first minute or so of their corrupt zone, but I think we'll have to see how the artist can handle this. I imagine you can, kind of zone the survivors as they're coming in and get some hits off. Maybe force them to take a health state or 2 and make the save harder. You see scratch marks to our right, though. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do get a hit there. Yeah, I think we're just going to watch them try and sneak their way over here to try and get an unhook on this Nia, which I honestly don't know if you can do that well here. It's a chokes point.
It really is.
Plus, our killer seems to be very, very attentive right now.
True. And they are using this time to try and get rid of this 3-gen on the side. Oh, snuck the Ace back here behind their back.
Well done.
Well done indeed, getting the Nia right before the second stage. I think they were like seconds away from it too. You have to eat the borrowed time at the window.
So that ended up being a very, very clever tactic because they kept her distracted on the one end with somebody over in the far corner. Meanwhile, the Ace, who is their borrowed time gamer, just walks right up there.
Sneak right in.
Yeah, they did a really good job. I didn't even hear the Ace come out. I guess Ace really does have built-in Iron Will.
Oh, he sure does.
And immediately she's going to be trying to dispel the crows. I don't know if it's going to be in time, though. Ooh, and that's a deadlock. Oh, Quentin taking the hit for the Nia.
Hit.
Really well
Oh,
done.
and a miss there. And this is one of those things that we're seeing from survivors in almost every match is just a really decent handle on the amount of altruism they need to keep their fellow survivors up, but also not play into a situation where everybody is suddenly down on the ground.
Right.
Which would, again, never happen to us as professional survivors.
Never.
No.
Never.
We did not, in fact, have a game last night where everybody went down because of me and we all died on first hook. That would never happen.
Oh no.
On Gideon, Pallet City.
It happens. It happens. I will say, the artist has a tremendous amount of pressure here. Everybody's injured, but despite that, the survivors have really been sticking to the gens.
They're
They
playing
got 2
this
gens
very,
down.
very smartly.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Another gen going
There's a
down.
third.
I do believe at this point the gens have been gens have been split against his artist. Quentin going down here. There's gonna be a second hook for them, but now there's nothing for them to hold on to gen wise. Not to
That is
mention
certainly a difficult
the
position.
ruin's gone.
It's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out. I feel like it could go either way at this point. The survivors are doing an excellent job of getting gens done, as we said, being comfortably altruistic, and also looping well.
Yeah.
But the killer also has very good pressure at the moment, so we'll have to see what happens.
Agreed. And I'm wondering, so we had a 1K4 stage with 2 survivors hooked. Honestly, all these survivors need to do is get 2 gens done on the opposite side. No, they're gonna go for the save after all. Oh, Ace in a bit of a...
Oh, no.
I don't know what happened there. It seemed like they couldn't get... Like, they went for the unhook twice, and it seemed like they got, like, what was that, desynced or something? Because they had the save, and I think that might have been a connection issue.
To be honest, it could have also been a misclick. I mean, I cannot tell you the amount of times that I have gone for a save and, like, my finger slips a tiny bit, and then I've got to click again, and, the same thing happens. You're down on the ground.
Yeah.
So it could have been either of those 2 things.
Yeah, I don't know. That is rough though, because they were locked in the animation. This one is deadlocked, so the survivors do have free reign to work on that other gen. But yeah, you've got to hook at a slug here.
There is not much to have this artist leave this area, though.
Oh yeah, for sure. You don't leave this under pain of death. You got your next scratch. Oh, there's scratch marks here though.
Yep, we do have someone over there ready to go for that pickup.
Ooh, good stun as well.
Yeah.
Bold
And they got
strats.
the ace
Oh,
up.
and they did get the ace up.
Beautiful.
Wow.
They did get the ace up through the stun.
But
Really, really well done.
unfortunately, it looks like they are going to be losing our good friend Quentin.
Indeed. However, it's not all lost yet for these survivors. They do still have a chance to tie it if they can get a gen done and not give... Oh,
Oh boy.
Ace does go down there. If they hook here, they will be able to secure the set. And that's exactly what they're going to go for.
That's unfortunate, and it's interesting how it seems like both matches have come down to something wonky happening at the hook.
Yeah.
Going for an unhook.
True. It's just in this case, instead of the killer getting, oh, deliverance right in the killer's face. That is a bold strat. I think it's sprint burst too.
That is
Sprint burst
And the blind.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
That was a bold strat from him, Cotton. Let's see how it plays out.
Indeed. Not able to get the crows on them. Good fake there at the window as well. This survivor has to have DS, right?
I don't know.
Do that. Like, you wouldn't do that in front of the killer without DS. Ooh,
Maybe.
good stun there.
Unless you're real confident, but even if they've got DS, they're running out of time.
True, and the survivors do finish that last gen, so even if Purge comes away with the set point, it's only going to be possibly by a 2-point lead, maybe a 3-point lead at most, if they are able to get the 3 out. Ooh.
That was such a that was so close.
That
It
was
was.
so close. And there it is.
Fairly solid hit at the window.
Oh, and they
Notice.
got that totem. They got that totem right as she made that hit.
I was waiting to see if anybody noticed that. Yeah, we had the haste status effect. Noed was cleansed the moment before.
Yeah. Wow. I could have
Timing.
sworn she was gonna get that. No, it hit.
Very nice timing.
That was so close. And this survivor, I believe, is first hook. So the killer will have gotten a hook on every survivor now, meaning that there are no fresh survivors. And I do not know if they will come for this this unhook here.
I would be
venture to say
surprised.
no. Yeah.
They're quite far away on the other side of the map, and
That is
I think at this point you cut your losses and run.
that is a lot of fresh hits. Yeah, they are. If they're able to sneak someone over here, get the exit gate on this side done, you have a chance. But maybe actually, wait. No, you had Ace. Ace would have had borrowed time.
That's true.
Yeah. But what? Okay, yeah. The person on hook was the other borrowed time, so you couldn't guarantee it. Yeah, if you had 2 borrowed times, I could understand going for it. Without the 2 borrowed times, yeah, it's probably safer just to take you out. Well played. Well played. That was
Well played indeed.
that was intense.
Yeah, it was well played from both sides, honestly. But a couple of little mistakes meant that the killer had a pretty good purchase on them at the end, and and the artist played very, very well.
Yes. Yes.
True, truly. Yeah, it was really the defining moment when Ace went down because they weren't able to, for whatever reason, they, I guess they got their own version of a grab cancel, and there is not much more pressure you can get in a game besides having a hook and a slug next to that hook. That is
True.
so much pressure. So
It's
much
true.
pressure.
But as we've learned playing killer, you will still get someone coming in saying that you were camping.
Okay, so I kid you not, yesterday during killer requests.
Oh, we were watching.
Oh, good. The
We
Ormond game? Ormond?
That shenanigans was
I don't know. You know, the thing is that we had stepped away for a minute, and what we
Okay.
came back to was you doing endgame chat, and all I desperately wanted you to do was correct their bad grammar. Hello.
Sometimes I do.
Chat. Yeah.
Sometimes I do.
man.
Sometimes it's a mood. I was just trying to understand from their perspective. Like, so for perspective, it was probably a 3 and a 1, and 3 of them had boil over, 1 had breakout, and we were on Ormond. And I got a survivor hooked, and then someone was next to it and was chased, and they were up at the very top of Ormond on the chalet on the 2nd story, ready to drop off. And I knew they had boil over, and I was like, okay, they have boil over, they probably have flip flops, so they're waiting to drop off and immediately get unhooked, or they get up. And so I just sat there because the other 2, we had 4 gens left, and the other 2 went and did 2 gens at the very last moment of the bleed out on the Kate. She unbreakabled, used a pallet and did a chase, still went down, and I think they DC'd. No, as soon as I hit them the next time, they immediately died on the ground because they were at that second of bleed out.
Oh, geez.
And then at the end of the game, it's like, wow, imagine camping at 4 gens. I'm like, you guys had boil over, like, literally. We even talked, like, somebody even brought this up in post game. Was imagine if she had just unbreakabled right then and there, and they went for the hook save. I wouldn't have gotten anybody. Instead, they're like, no, I'm going to sit here for 4 minutes on the ground bleeding out and then complain about the killers being sweaty and camping. Like, imagine. Sorry, that was... You brought that up, I'm like, oh, good, is this rant time? Oh. Oh. Anyway.
We had one of the oddest DCs we've ever had last night. Because
It was Kylie.
it was Kylie. So for anyone who
Okay.
doesn't know, our miniature poodles play Dead by Daylight, and you just have to accept it, and then your life will make more sense.
And they talk, so
and
you know,
they
it's
talk.
just a
It's
thing.
great. Anyway, Kylie was playing a match of Pig, and she was intending to play it as like a pig match, right?
Mhm.
And one of the survivors ran up, and she hit him. It was a David, and then he stopped and he crouched and he booped her snoot a bunch, and she was like, I mean, I respect it, like that, he was like chasing us, or like he really wanted it. And so we were like, okay. And so we left him alone.
Stranger
and
danger.
gave him more daughters, and then he
DC'd.
DC'd. And we were like, pardon?
That reminds me of a Jake walking up flashbanging me and then DCing.
Yeah.
Some survivors are built
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, they are.
But in
good.
honor of you, Rue, Kylie has started a DC counter, and I do believe
It's
she's
true.
up at.
She's
I do
almost
belie-
at 10.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
she's
At
up
that
at
spicy
9.
10 mark. We're very excited.
Okay.
She also she played. Oh my gosh, this was horrible. Our chat was very divided on this. She played another pig match where she did that thing where you run rule set number 2.
Oh, rule set number 2 and the video. Yeah.
Oh, it was so fun.
Quality.
It was dirty.
It was very dirty.
So dirty.
We got a head pop, and then we got another kill, and then she could have had a 4K, but she decided to take pity. And let them live. And they booped, and it was a very nice little party. But it was, if for anyone who doesn't know what those add-ons do, 10 out of 10, I would suggest you do this. The videotape is the new Amanda add-on. It's the new Eerie add-on where all of the survivors start with bear traps. And the rule set number 2 means that until your hat is active, you do not see the boxes.
And you start with hats on.
Yeah.
So what you do is you run those together. They start with their hats on. They can't see the boxes. And you as the pig choose one box and you crouch in front of it and you do not move. And the survivors have a 3 in 4 chance of getting their hat off and being fine. But if that's your box, you've got to pop gens eventually. And
obviously, we need a perk for the killer that allows them to complete a gen.
Obviously.
That'd be so dumb. You bring a perk. I don't even know what benefit it would give you. It's like you're allowed to finish a gen for something. I don't know what the trade-off would be, but that would be really funny. Oh yeah, you get exposed status effects for 60 seconds on all survivors, but you complete a gen for them.
Or something.
That would be so broken on pig, though.
But if
that would be an epic
If you
thing.
had that with like Noed Blood Warden, that could be dirty.
Please no, not like this.
Dirty.
Oh, let's go.
Oh, let's do it.
Let's go.
I'm glad to hear that Kylie is becoming a toxic killer main. This warms my heart.
Yeah, chat was very divided. Some people thought it was very mean, and other people thought it was very funny.
Oh no.
I thought it was very funny. I mean, the deal was like, if you got your hat off, she was gonna let you live. She was gonna hook, but get points and whatever. But she was gonna let you live. But they, one of them, their head popped, and the other one, I think they just died on second hook, unfortunately.
Yeah,
it happens. But anyway, we do have points in. I forgot to mention this at the end of this. So Purge will be taking the set point for set number 1. 36 to 23, so 13-point lead. Not a huge lead going into the next set. However, it is sizable, and so we'll see how Sample Tech's able to deal with that. We're going to be going to a map that I have not seen this map in a long time. We're going to Sanctum of Wrath.
Yeah.
I have not seen this in a long time. I don't actually remember the last time I saw this map being played. It's been a while.
We like Yamaoka, and that is definitely our preferred map of the two, as opposed to the Family Estate.
Absolutely.
Family Estate's huge. Okay, it's not huge, but it's a larger map. Sanctum of Wrath, there are pros and cons to it. It's hard to assess straight up, but I don't know about you. I have also not seen Executioner played on this map in a long time. Usually it's Nurse, but I imagine Nurse was off the table, so
that center structure is going to be a pain.
We've seen Huntress play there, and that was dirty.
Huntress is good. Especially if you get that basement at the shrine itself.
Mm-hmm.
Only one way in, only one way out.
That is true. But something that I'm sure the survivors will be keeping in mind is the fact that, Pyramid Head can't use his power upstairs. He can drop his goo, but he can't actually swing upstairs and hit you, which I'm sure most good Pyramid Heads won't try.
Right.
But still, it is something to keep in mind. There's definitely a lot that you could do to play around on that structure to buy time and cause a little bit of mischief for a good Pyramid Daddy.
True. You'd pretty much just have to goop up the any of the vault points, and then it makes it a 115 chase because they can't just exit without getting tormented. I don't imagine they're probably gonna get hit going down the stairs either, because there's multiple drop-off points from the downstairs area. So even if you can launch it downstairs, you probably just jump off. It'll be interesting to say the least. There's a lot of drop-down points on that map, surprisingly. Like, There's hills. You've got the what I don't know what you call them, like gazebo. They're not gazebos. They're, I guess, just patios on either side that you can have drop down points from. Like, there's a lot of raised geometry everywhere.
Yeah, the little shrines that are scattered across can be really good. Hey, Rue.
Yes.
Piece of knowledge for you.
Oh, okay.
Did you know, because Kylie was taught Pyramid Head by Guiltspire on Monday. Did you know that if you have a survivor who is tormented and a survivor in the cage, if the survivor who is tormented gets the survivor from the cage, they are no longer tormented? Because we sure didn't.
Sure didn't know that.
Who have been playing this game for about a year and a half, sure didn't know that fact.
That's fair. I mean, it's probably one of the more subtle aspects of his power. It, however, in comp is very, very useful. Because when you get that cage, if there's anyone that's tormented, even if like you're just the priority go-to save, even if you don't have like 4 of the people, you don't have anything to heal them with, it's like get your torment off because that's one less thing that the killer can use on you. No, I think it is a good counterbalance, because if you didn't, like, how else are you getting rid of torment? You're just tormented until the next time you're downed, and that's probably not a good way to play. Like, if the killer was able to torment you and there was no way to get rid of it, that might be too strong. Now, granted, it still requires another survivor to have gotten caged, but at least it's something.
I always kind of just assumed it went away like after like a period of time, like 60 seconds or something.
No, that wouldn't be quite as good. Not like other powers, you know, like a 15-second laceration decay or something.
And we are in and starting. We, of course, see Corrupt, which is pretty much standard kit for all of the killers in our championship here.
Look at this. There are 2 gens on that side of the map, and they're both corrupted, but there's no gen back here in the middle. Is there a 4 gen on one side?
What? What?
That is really uncommon.
Range gen spread.
Yeah, that is.
One side of the map has 4 gens. That is a really strong position for this killer.
Doing up that pallet. Oh, and that hit
What
was
a
so
shot.
sick. Wow.
What a great start.
Absolutely
Truly.
beautiful.
That was a really, really good start. And again, first minute, and this killer's already going to have a hook. However, they're going... Yeah, about to say, you're not going to make that. Yeah, you need to go for this hook. I understand the desire for it, but yeah, you do not have the time for that. The survivors I think they've realized by now what the gen spread is, and they realize they have to get at least 2 gens on that other side done. Even if the killer doesn't want to, they can technically use this middle one and these 2 on this side, and it's a spread. This might be a bit of a struggle for the survivors. I don't know.
And it looks like we are running some great add-ons. We're running the Tablet of the Oppressor, I believe, which will increase the Rites of Judgment by 2 seconds.
Yep.
And of course, the Burning Man painting, which increases the range of the rites, the Punishment of the Damned attack, which is maybe how he managed to get that hit on that ace. That shot was so beautiful.
It really was. And they are going to go for this nasty hook trade.
Oh.
And I think they're just going to go straight. Yeah, I think they're just going to go straight for a tunnel here. Again, just unhooking against a Pyramid Head right on your tail is so rough. And you're right. The range is probably one of the best add-ons. I'm curious that we've seen that additional 2 seconds. I never played with it. I might have to try it out. And no DS on this survivor.
I was going to say.
Oh, wow.
I was wondering. That is unfortunate.
Yes, it is.
Truly.
I'm surprised the Jake really broke off in the complete opposite direction. And to me, I'm surprised he didn't, try and stick around, buy a little time for his friend.
I mean, what can you do? I imagine Jake has the deliverance, and you have to get it. I don't know. Again, the Pyramid Head was right on their tail. I think you just have to go for it and hope that they don't get both. I don't know. That's rough, because I think the Pyramid Head was going to force it. And man, if you take the hit for them, they're still gonna go down. I don't think you would stop and hook the Jake. I think you just go for the ace and tunnel him out anyway, and then you got a slug. Oh my goodness, Jake's down here?
No!
Oh no, he heard the breathing. Oh no, this is absolutely awful.
Oh no, honey.
Not to mention, if he goes in there in the goop, it doesn't matter that he has deliverance.
Oh, no.
That's right, because the
Wow.
cage bypasses everything.
Oh boy, oh boy.
And there's no bar time.
Oh.
Jake's the other bar time.
No DS either.
Ace and Jake had the borrowed time, I think, enforcing the.
God.
Oh man, that is so bad.
Not to mention that Jake has unfortunately just very obviously given away his position by a futile attempt at a flashlight save. Oh man.
That is
That is
awful.
disappointing.
Okay, so we didn't get a chance to go over it. There was a deadlock gen on that side, so there is deadlock in play. And these survivors have someone dead, and there's 4 gens left.
This is
3
almost
gens left.
Impossible situation
This
to come
is
back from.
rough.
Yeah, there's that
They do
deliverance.
manage to get that center gen done, but
They're gonna need someone to loop this killer for days if they
Mhm.
want any hope of getting out of here.
Yep.
and it can't be Jake because Jake's got the borrowed time, and we know that Quentin doesn't.
And taking a hit that quick
True.
is not the way to do this.
Yeah, the survivor just got caught in a really bad spot. That was really bold to be hiding right there. Also, I have seen that connect many a time. I'm surprised that didn't hit.
That was cheeky.
Yes, indeed, and you will be going down. He's not gonna
no.
step in the goop.
Oh no.
That gen actually has a decent amount of progress on it, but this will be the 3rd survivor that's been hooked. So I think Dragon's Wrath is the only one that's fresh at this moment. Yeah, this gen was 99.
This is. Ooh, doggy. This is an unfortunate situation.
Did they not see that
is.
survivor? I'm pretty sure there's a survivor over there behind that gen. I can't tell for sure. I will have to see. I think a survivor's lurking nearby.
Also, can I just say that I find it so distressing when you call the survivors fresh. Oh man. Boy.
It's
Boy,
the killer made in me.
Yeah, no, it just makes me. Oh, it's just so icky. So icky.
Oh, fresh.
It's very Gollum. They're raw and wriggling.
Oh no. Man, yeah, I know. I hear you. It's definitely very cannibalistic. I will give you that. And another gen. However, I think they're doing the right thing. I think you just have to do as many gens as humanly possible here.
Yeah, I mean, that is a surefire way to get points.
True.
You know,
Try and bring this back.
it's sort of at this point it's kind of like you got a camping Bubba. There's not a lot you can do here. You've just got to do the gens and hope that the 2 of you can get out.
Yep.
Unfortunately, we know that one of the gens that they had very close is right behind that Quentin.
Yep.
So the odds that they have another 2 that are also very close are not super high. Someone is taking the bait for this rescue, which Jeff. No, that's a Kate.
I don't know if they're actually going in for the save or if they're even baiting for it. They might be the only survivor going in.
Oh.
And they get grabbed.
No, and he gets the grab.
Oh my God.
This is a rough position.
I don't understand what that play was.
And he's gonna hook her. He's not gonna cage her.
Maybe there is some reason that the Kate thought that was the play that I am just not big brain enough to get, but I do not understand.
I think it was a gamble. I think they realized that even despite I think in a point scenario, it's either you get the unhook and you're able to get that gen done with a 2-man escape, because they realize they're not going to be able to get a 2-man escape if they die. And so it's a matter of you have to somehow finagle that unhook. Otherwise, there's no way to come back. And I think that might have been the call there. Is like, even if I think it's just a points perspective. They're trying to go for the match point. So.
But even so, I mean,
man.
we know she's not running borrowed. You know, the minute that he came down off of that pedestal and was on her, if the other survivor wasn't there to sneak in and get the rescue, you know, when they could, you know that running through that goo is a terrible idea. Even with all of those reasons, I don't know how to justify that.
No.
That just seemed like a lose-lose scenario. And now, now we've got Jake on his own, and he's got to pump out that last gen and hope that he can get himself out. Either that or come in for like the sneakiest rescue of all time. No progress on Shack gen.
That would be pretty big brain if Jake was ready to do the unhook instead of getting a hatch, but I don't think that's gonna be the case here. Again, it might have been a scenario of they were going for the fake grabs or whatever to waste some time on the killer's part, and instead of it being a fake grab, they actually got the grab somehow. They may have not been actually trying to go for the unhook. They may have been just trying to bait the hit. I don't know. That's I'm wondering if we'll hear from Chad or somebody about what the play there was.
Yeah, I would be very
no.
interested to know.
The X gates are on this side.
Oh, this is horrible. This is impossible.
This is an impossible situation.
And the thing of it is, I imagine that the survivors had clocked where those exit gates were.
Oh.
He knows.
Yeah. He knows. All right, we're gonna get some cow shit at the end. They're 1v1ing at the cow shed.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Let's go.
When you know you got nothing to lose, you might as well have a 1v1.
Yeah.
Make it fun.
Both the survivor and the killer know it's over, and they're like, you know what? We don't want to go down. We're gonna say 1v1 Miyamano, and they're going for. I'm here for this. I am okay with this.
I'm so here for this.
Yeah.
Frankly, I think this is the perfect way to end a match if you're in this scenario.
Oh.
The only downside is that
that's too bad. That's too bad.
Yeah, the only downside is that the Executioner is not a 115 killer. They are in fact a 119 killer with an instant down. So not the fairest of cow sheds.
Man, you got to admire that though. That was excellent. I tip my hat to you, Jake. That was beautiful.
They tried.
Well done, Neon Cowboy Legendary Jake. You do you, man.
That was just.
You do you.
That was good.
That was just fantastic.
That was fantastic.
Well played, well played. And with that, yeah, I think we're going to see that score come to 61 to 30 or 60 to 31. So the match point is officially out of contention. However, we are going to be seeing an artist rematch here on Sanctum of Wrath. If you can 4K at 4 gens or 4K before, the set point is still on the table, but the match point is very much out of grasp at this point.
Wow.
Unfortunate grabs today. The grabbing has not been kind.
That's got to be something with the servers. You said EU and NA. That's gonna mess with things.
Yeah.
So,
but that's like
I think unfortunately, I feel like you have to now kind of take that into account when you're going for stuff like that.
Right, but at the same time, it's just like I sympathize with it. It's like, oh, that sucks. That's just ping. But comp players have been dealing with ping issues since like the dawn of this game. It's just the way that it goes, and you just kind of have to account for it. Sometimes you're playing cross-continental, and again, we try to minimize the influence that the ping is going to have on the game. It's like, okay, we want the ping to be within a certain range. It has, within reasons. We're not going to allow you to have a VPN to Antarctica and back, but
yeah.
And until we have instantaneous internet across everything, it's probably not going to happen. Even with I think if you have a direct line from here to Europe, I think there's still probably going to be like a very small ping adage, just because the distance travels. Speed of light's not instant. It's close. It's about there, but it's not instant. So.
I would, by the way, I'd like to petition for Champions of the Fog to have like a play of the match, because that ending now, that to me, that was like the play of the match. That was so silly and so fun and such a great way to end. And also the fact that the Pyramid Head understood exactly what the Jake was going for, like immediately.
Oh yeah, these players know what's up. They do that all the time.
Communication between the killer and survivor was just top-notch.
It really was.
Maybe better than between some teams. Anyway, I'm kidding.
Oh, no! If you had to pick a team to name in that scenario, fire some shots.
Undying Alliance.
Oh no, is that a real team?
Got him.
I don't know.
That's my old team.
Oh!
It's fine.
You heard it here first. There was discord amongst the team, and Rue was at the center of it. Spread the
Apparently.
word, friend.
I was at the center of it. People were sick of playing against me in practice. Anyway.
Well, I mean, just probably because you were just so fantastic.
You're dead to me.
Yes, and yet you called her the better half.
You
right,
did.
I'm
you
going-
considering that?
You did say that.
I'm going back to JuniKoh. We're okay. It's you and me now. Anyway, I didn't get a chance to say it. You guys are like, oh, we need to have a play of the match or something. It's like, okay, we'll end before season 3. We do have some ideas for season 3 about some things like that. Really? I can't expand on it too much. It's not my place.
Okay.
We are going to be working on some production upgrades in the coming seasons. I
love that.
We'll see.
Even if it was like maybe not a play of the match, but like a first, second, and third play of the season
Or something.
or
That was
something.
fun.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I mean, just because times are hard right now, and some people are finding that they are unemployed. How's do we know anything? Do we get to do this again?
I think that the question T is asking is, are you going to be looking for additional casting assistants? Because
I mean, for next seasons, yeah,
I mean, because I don't know, chat. I don't know if they feel like we're good at this, or if they at least feel like, or maybe they're always like, God, I hope the stupid sisters are there who they're so funny. They don't know anything about what they're talking about. But
I don't think we're going to be getting rid of casters anytime soon. So yes, you are more than welcome back for season 3 and beyond.
Hey,
Hell yeah.
we love
yeah.
this.
Barring we don't cancel you on Twitter. I'm kidding.
Oh my god! You know who's gonna get us fucking Ooh.
Sorry,
Sorry.
Yep, T is gonna get us canceled.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
JuniKoh, it's been no.
Yes, it's okay. You can talk to me. You can talk to me.
I'm trying. I'm trying to do exercises now where I talk to one or the other, or trying to enunciate when I say JuniKoh. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still not living down the intro where I introduced only one of you apparently by accident. I do actually take that like really seriously internally, and it's very hard not to like just go into a downward spiral.
No, we're just giving you a hard time.
Oh, I know, and I encourage you giving me a hard time. But
we always play under TTV JuniKoh, so like we have some members of our community who, when they were first playing with us, they would call me Junie.
They would just call us both Junie.
Because Junie is the first half of the name, and so we're used to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'd be like, no, that flashy fang, that's teeth. I'm not that
teeth.
flashy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Junie,
I would-
that's my father. I'm no.
I mean,
goodness. What was that reference even from? I don't even remember. Name's Crush. There we go. Nemo. It's Finding Nemo.
Oh, Crush.
I don't even know why I referenced that. Why did I reference Finding Nemo?
I don't either. I thought you were going with like a Star Wars thing, but
I should have. Star Wars would have been
I
better.
mean, I feel like that's the more obvious my father thing, right?
No, that's fair. I definitely should have gone for that. That's my bad.
What I was trying to say a minute ago was, you know who is going to get us canceled on Twitter? It'll be Kylie.
Kylie's the violent one.
Oh, well, she is. You should see her in Endgame chat. She's
Yeah.
spicy.
She's very spicy.
She's very spicy. She'll be like,
I'm sorry you all sucked so much, and I was amazing.
Wait, hold
better.
on. Does Kylie sign off with love a poodle or something like that, or
Yes,
Your
she does.
Majesty or
Every
something?
time.
Right. That's
yeah.
right.
Or
Love
if
a poodle.
she lets someone live, she'll say something like,
Let it never be said that I am not a merciful God. Love a poodle.
Oh no.
It's fantastic.
oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, we're not at the end of the show yet. We're waiting for this last set to set up. A set point still on the table, by the way, but They are really fun to watch. You should go check them out. Well, again, we'll get you a plug at the end, but I just.
Hey.
And okay, so the other thing that I need to ask is I saw this again after you rated. Thank you, by the way.
Of course.
The joke.
Oh, Rue.
Oh, Rue.
Oh, Rue. If
Oh, Rue.
if you have 95 minutes of uninterrupted time that you are looking
95
to waste,
minutes of uninterrupted time. I
Yeah.
don't.
Yep.
Like maybe a year
Yep.
ago I did. Uninterrupted time is difficult for me to find these days.
So the joke is, I have a joke that I was
Okay.
told a very long time ago.
Okay.
It is a 2-line joke. However,
in T's theatrical.
yes, I'm a very theatrical human. And so I have turned the joke into a journey with a punchline. And that journey this time around lasted an hour and 15 minutes.
No. An hour and 35
Sorry,
minutes.
an hour and 35 minutes. It is a like crafted novella. I like pour my heart and soul into it.
It is a piece of art though.
It really is. And if you have time, it's on the VOD from last night. It starts at around 2 hours.
No, 1 hour and 55 minutes.
Around 2 hours.
No, but you have to
my
have the
God.
beginning if you don't.
Anyway, it is.
These are the kind of moments you turn into YouTube videos.
Yeah. Well, see, but the thing is, we do it every few months, and so we're saving it, but we're not putting it on YouTube because the idea is once you know the punchline, you want to leave. You just want to be done. You want to unfollow us. Like it's brutal. It's rough, man. But you also want to stay because you have to, in order for us to tell the joke, you have to fund it with a channel point community goal.
And you want everyone to suffer.
And you want everyone to suffer. So it's a little masochistic in that way.
Okay.
But it is. We have a Discord channel called the Joke Support Group.
Yep, sure do.
For people who need, we encourage
Oh,
bringing blankets
no.
and things to eat and drink. It is chef's kiss.
And
Okay.
this was an entirely new rewrite of it.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you had heard the joke before, this was new.
31 pages.
Oh my word.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What am I?
And it's a fucking groaner, let me tell you. Oh my god. Hey. I'm like at the mouth of, I've been doing so well.
Canceled.
So well. I am so sorry.
My squad of white knights will take you down. Anyway. Oh no, but
It's very silly.
I'm here for it. I'll go check it out eventually. I maybe not today. I'm pretty busy today
You don't
and
have to.
tomorrow, but maybe sometime this week. We'll
Rue,
see.
but we like this. We like this friendship.
Yeah.
Is the thing.
Yeah.
We like
Okay.
being friends with you.
Okay.
And I just don't know if you would want to ruin what we have by listening.
My dad has desensitized me with the number of dad puns over my lifetime, so I don't know how yours amounts to it, but I imagine I can probably take it on the chin. I smell?
I'd be really.
You
no, I
say
said you
that
say
now.
that now.
Oh.
I
was like, huh?
I imagine. I'd be. You know what? I'd be really interested to hear your thoughts.
Okay.
That's what I'll say.
Is it? There is a joke that I know that can take a long time, and there is really no punchline at the end, but
Oh, there's a punchline.
There is
Oh.
100% a punchline.
The last line is a punchline. It is a joke with a journey attached to it. So
okay. I'll take your word for it. We are loading in right now. Sorry, there was some lobby issues. They were having some disconnect, so lobby took a little bit longer than usual, but we are in, we are here, and it is Dragon's Wrath on the artist. They did get our Adam with the crows, however, I don't imagine it's gonna, yeah, they are dispelled, but they do find Meg almost immediately, and they're gonna take a slap to the forehead.
they
Shaky
are.
blind.
That was a very long blind too. They might have been sitting there holding it until the The artist looked up and away. I've seen survivors do that. They will hold the light on you until you look away. So they are going to get the crows on this David, and we'll have to see if they're able to follow it up afterwards. Not sure where the David went. Ooh, went to the left. Well played.
Looks like David was unable to tame the crows with his rippling muscles.
I don't know how they would tame crows with rippling muscles, and I'm not sure I want to know.
Look, I like to make things awkward, Drew. I don't know what to say, man.
Nothing about rippling muscles? Oh, jeez. Look what you did. David went down for your sins.
I didn't do that. What do you mean?
You're right, the artist did.
Maybe if David had heard my message, they would have used their rippling muscles.
Maybe. And I think that generator exploded. I think that was a skirt. Yeah, I think that was a skirt. Also, notice that gen is 99, which really makes me think that they were loading that up for possible deadlock. And
now we're on the Meg, who has a beamer and a very unique ensemble that they are wearing, might I say.
they really are. That is it is some fancy footwear they got on. Also, is it not like, what do you say, lore based that the Meg is holding W right now?
I mean, probably.
Ooh. That was
My
close.
question is, did the Meg catch glimpse of that totem back there? Because that totem is definitely in a spot that she could have potentially seen if she had been looking in the right direction. So I'll be interested to see if someone comes over to take care of that.
True.
Get that nod from the artist.
It was a cheeky play. I do agree that the Meg should have vaulted there. Again, that was a very they called
and there
it out.
Goes.
They did in fact call it out, so good call there.
Thank you. It's almost like I know what I'm doing sometimes. Sorry.
Do any of us know what we're doing?
Hmm.
I don't know what I'm doing any given day. They did get a hit there. That is not a scourge hook, however, so no regression there. I have noticed that sometimes killers will just sit on the side of the map where their scourge hooks are. And it makes sense because the RNG of these spawns is kind of atrocious. I wouldn't mind getting a new scourge hook. It like lets us have an additional spawn or two and doesn't really do much else. Oh, 360. Oh,
That was really smooth.
those are the moments that get replayed forever.
I have to say, there's something that I'm noticing about this particular game right now is that, you know, in all the games we've seen up till this point, essentially our killer has gotten a hook and then sat there. And this killer, Dragon's Wrath, is really moving around the map and not just camping, but pursuing multiple people, trying to put pressure on multiple people in multiple places. I'm really interested to see if that is going to pay off in the long run, you know, versus just hooking somebody and really kind of trying to camp them out.
Before I get into that, this Adam disappeared. I think Adam has Lucky Break Iron Will because they just vanished after the Meg took a
They
hit.
really did. They really did. I would have checked that locker as well. That is exactly what my thought was.
Yeah, and they do get the yell. I think that was the Lucky Break Survivor with a med kit. But no, get back to what you're saying. The reason I can tell you why. It's because notice they brought Ruin. It got cleansed. They have Scourge Hook Pain Residence. They brought Corrupt, obviously, because you have to bring it. They are trying to set themselves up in a way that they can get a 4K and let as few gens happen. And that's the way you do it, is you constantly put pressure. You make sure the gens are getting, you know, cat and mouse by the killer, not the survivors. And just pray that the survivors make a mistake and you can get them, you know, get the 4K before the gens are done. They're just trying to go for the set win. This is how you do it. If you get a 4K after the gens are done, you still lose the set. They know what the win con is, and they're like, all right, we slowed the gens down as much as humanly possible and just hope that we can pull it out. And they're going for a slug play because they know they're in for a rough time. If they hook this and they're able to reset and do this gen back here, there is a 3 gen. They might be able to hold on to it. Let's see, is this a Scourge Hook? If this is a Scourge Hook, they might be able to hold this.
Does not look
It is
like
a Scourge Hook.
Oh, it was.
Oh, it is.
The spectators do not
Okay.
get to see what is a Scourge and what is not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it appears white for the killer. It appears normal to us. So they do actually have a Scourge Hook back here. They might be able to hold this out. This is a good 3-gen. They have a Scourge Hook they can constantly take chase and do trades and make a really unsafe hook for.
So if you were
Maybe.
going for like a mega slowdown game, like you're saying, to try and take the set, why wouldn't you run something in this build like Thanatophobia maybe?
I don't think Thanatophobia would necessarily be a bad perk. I don't know for sure. Oh, some unfortunate whiffs today.
That is an unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
They do get the hit
We've
on the
seen a
Meg.
couple that were really cheeky. I think that one was just a little too early on the swing.
It might have been, and yeah, Meg's gonna get some distance here. They are the survivor with Dead Hard. Yeah, I'm like Ruin, understandable. I don't know if Thanatophobia would have necessarily been the play, but some other slowdown would have probably been good. Oh yeah, I would have shot the crow right there. Oh, good mind game there though.
Nice prediction.
The only reason I
Indeed.
ask is because they do seem to be having at least a couple people injured kind of the whole match. So I wonder if that wouldn't have
It
been
could have
helpful
been.
in some way. But again, I'm a newbie killer, so that's why I'm asking a pro like yourself.
Thanatophobia might have been a good way to go. It's not like Blight takes Thanatophobia because Blight can just constantly keep survivors injured. They can always get that first shot really easily, and so we don't see. Oh, there was a survivor on that gen. They're gonna have to be careful. Yeah, there's a survivor on that gen. They just sent crows to back there. I don't know if they recognized it or not. They're. I think Purge is actually doing a pretty big brain move, which is showing there's like, oh yeah, you're getting us with crows. Ignore the survivor in your 3-gen. I think they're playing around. Oh wow, they actually stuck someone back here for the. That was the person on the jet as well. So yeah,
Nicely done.
Wow.
they're gonna go for the tunnel here, and I think that's what you have to do. If you can get the survivor out, you might be able to hold down the fort potentially. No, there's a borrow time. Smart Dead Hard trying to fake. It's like, oh, borrow time's up. I'm Dead Harding. Waiting those extra few seconds. Very patient of the killer.
We're gonna have a short conversation after this match, Rue.
Oh,
You've just hit one of my biggest pet peeves in the whole world.
what? Dead Harding during borrow time?
No, you said hold down the fort.
Oh,
It's a
Hold the
military
fort. I
metaphor.
know. I know
is
it's hold the fort.
Fort is not inflatable.
I mean, some are.
Oh,
Is that
adrenaline run.
It was adrenaline. Brutal.
And
However,
that she was down. It would have been nice for her to be healed as well and be able to take that extra hit.
Still though, she's gonna make the most of it.
she is, and there is a haste status effect, so killer
There
has their
is.
own adrenaline. However, there could still be decisive. No decisive, however.
Oh,
And I imagine they're going to be...
decisive.
Yeah, when you're talking about Thanatophobia, it's like, well, there's one last perk, and now it's gone. If that was their plan to go in here and try and hold down the fort, and, try and get the set win with that, Thanatophobia might have been the play there. No, it might, I don't know. There might have been a mixed plan here. I'm not really sure. That was much my interpretation of why you bring Ruin and Pain Resonance is as much slowdown as possible. Try and, get the 4K before it and just...
Yeah,
I don't know.
it just seems like if you're gonna play into it that way, I feel like the Thanatophobia would have been another layer of just like, oh god,
No, I totally understand. I get it. And with that, that is going to be the end of our first match of the day, resulting in Purge 77 to Sample Text 42. So they'll be taking the match and both set points here. And so congratulations to Purge. Well done on your game today.
Congratulations,
And
Purge.
GG
Very
to
well
Sample
played.
Text. And with that said, again, as I mentioned, that is our first match of the day. We do have some more coming up as we have How Did We Get Here versus Monarchy, which I think Monarchy, they are Soliloquy now? I forget. I'm pretty sure Monarchy changed their name. I could be wrong about that. I thought that Monarchy changed their name, though. No, there's no Monarchy. Never mind. I'm just dumb. People change their name halfway through the season. It messes me up. I'm already bad with names.
I know that we're not supposed to play favorites, but I just love How Did We Get Here? First of all, the name is just such a mood, right? God, like, how did we get here? I ask myself that about a lot of things. And also,
Existential.
We've gotten to interact with some of the team players, and they're so wonderful. So we're rooting for everybody, obviously, because
Indeed.
we are fair and impartial casters.
Indeed.
That play survivors mainly. Yeah, I'm sure
Yes.
that's very fair and impartial. I'm kidding.
Yes, no. Well, okay, Mr. I Play Killer mostly.
Hey,
That's why
I
we make
played
such a
Survivor the
team.
first 600 hours of my life.
Oh, the first 600 of you came out
My
of the
life
womb
didn't exist
with
until
a
I played Dead by
PC
Daylight.
keyboard and a mouse, and your mom was like, "What is this?"
What is this garbage?
It was very confusing.
Oh, no, but with that said, again, we'll be having a matchup about 30 minutes from now, so stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, you've been watching Champions of the Fog. We've been joined by the lovely JuniKoh. If you went live next time, where could we find you?
You can find us over at twitch.tv/JuniKoh. We are live 5 nights a week, Monday, Tuesdays, Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays. It is bound to be a good and entertaining time with some decent gameplay.
I like that. With some decent gameplay.
I mean, I don't want anyone to have, misconceived notion that you're going to come in and like see some fantastic.
Yeah, no, you watch us because you want chaos.
You watch us because you'll see like decent death.
Yeah, yeah, that's why.
Oh, my
But we're
word.
real funny,
What is
and we'll give you like good ego boosts. So.
what is going on? Today's been special, but with that said, I've been your host, littlerugaard. You can find me live next time. Sometime tonight, actually. I'll be going live later tonight with some Trickster fun. I'm a Trickster main, so with that said, I have been your host for Champions of the Fog today, and we'll be back in about 30 minutes. Stay tuned, everybody.
Hi, everybody.